Okay, quick. Name me the 5 most manly men in the Democratic Party. I'll wait. How about the top 3? How about just one? Is there one? Tim Walz thinks that he's manly, okay? I was going to laugh about the fact that he seems to think that he's some sort of presidential candidate, but the fact that he thinks that he's manly and that he can beat up MAGA is ludicrous, okay? First thing that I thought when I saw Tim Walz, wow, he is gay. But there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, that was my thought. I was like, okay, well, he's gay. That checks a box, right? I mean, she did pick a white male, which, you know, a lot of the people that are the equity people, the DEI people that make up the majority of liberals, progressives, the Democrats, they, the way that you could get them on board with a white male, especially an older white male, would be as if he was gay. Well, it turns out he's not gay. Or at least he says he's not gay. Or at least he's married and has kids, so you assume he's not gay. I think the first video that I ever saw of him, it was on Twitter, and he was on stage. This was probably very recent after, this was probably like right after Kamala announced him as her VP candidate. He went on stage and he was flitting about, jazz hands. He was jumping up and down, all excited, like a teenage girl at a Taylor Swift concert who had been like asked to be on stage. Just either that or extremely flamboyant, jazz hands type of game show host. Just like, come on down, okay, you know, like when somebody gets picked for The Price is Right, and they're like, Tim Walz, come on down, and he's like, oh, I got picked, yes, me, woo, woo. That was Tim Walz, but it was in a more, it made me think of what women do. So it definitely didn't strike me as masculine, not masculine at all. So to find out that he was married to a woman and had children, and it was just, really? Whoa, okay. And I was still like, wow, I can't believe that the Democrats are okay with this straight white male, older white male, being the vice presidential candidate. But, you know, they didn't really get a chance to vote for their candidate after Biden dropped out. They got stuck with Kamala. So I guess they get stuck with Tim Walz. Oh man, can you imagine if Kamala became the president and for whatever reason she had to be like removed, probably for incompetence, and Tim Walz gets put in her place? Oh my God, he would just give our country away. He would be like, hey, globalists, just take it and then give me an endless supply of estrogen, because man, I like being feminine. I like being feminine so much that I want our boys to be feminine. And I am going to put a tampon machine in the men's room, in the boys' locker room. That's what I'm going to do, because I am just so masculine. I can beat up MAGA. You know what? Sometimes people will overcompensate for insecurity reasons or to cover up something that they are severely lacking. AKA for Tim Walz, it is testosterone. You know what, Tim Walz? It's 2025. Come out of the closet. It's okay to be gay. Be who you are. Embrace that part of yourself. You'll be a lot happier. Because what I see is an angry man inside of that fake persona. A man that is not satisfied with life, is not satisfied with the way things are going, is not satisfied with just being a married man with children, wants something more out of life. And I think for Tim Walz, it's to be the feminine queen that's inside of him, to just bring that out and to be this beautiful sparkling fairy. And I think that Tim Walz, you can do this. You can. You have a Democratic Party who loves that stuff. They love LGBTQ. And you know what? People embrace that. We don't have a problem with it anymore. So just come out and be the beautiful princess, the beautiful unicorn that we all know that you can be. And then maybe you won't be so angry. And then maybe you won't feel like you need to overcompensate. And then maybe you won't feel like you're living a lie anymore. Because I can only imagine how angry, defensive, and it would eat me up inside if I was hiding something as big as that. So come out, Tim Walz. It's time. It's 2025. We all love you no matter what.